What's up, everyone? This is the story of what actually happened between Teyana Taylor and Aaron Pierre, and why the internet has completely lost its mind with false information about their relationship. We're separating fact from fiction today, because what's circulating online right now is mostly rumors, speculation, and straight-up misinformation. And if you're tired of clickbait lies and want the actual truth about celebrity news, go ahead and smash that like button right now so this video reaches people who actually care about facts. Let me be clear from the start. There's no verified evidence that Aaron Pierre is in a new relationship, and there's no verified reaction from Teyana Taylor to any new relationship. What we do have is a love story that went from red carpets and birthday tributes to complete radio silence in less than a year. Two people who've remained classy and silent about their split, and an internet that decided to fill in the blanks by inventing marriages and reactions that never happened. Buckle up, because we're diving deep into what actually happened. And trust me, the real story is wild enough without the fake drama.
Here's what makes this situation so fascinating. Teyana Taylor just won a Golden Globe on January 11th, 2026, standing on one of the biggest stages in entertainment, and she didn't say a single word about the man she was publicly calling her safe space just 2 months earlier. Not a mention, not a thank you, not even a subtle nod. And the internet noticed that silence immediately. Aaron Pierre, the British actor whose career is exploding right now with Mufasa, the Lion King, and upcoming projects in Star Wars and HBO's Lanterns, also went completely silent. No statements, no posts, no comments, just radio silence from both sides. And that silence is what drove the internet absolutely insane, because we're not used to celebrities handling breakups with this much dignity and privacy. Between December 30th and 31st, 2025, Page Six dropped the bomb that they'd quietly ended their relationship after dating for less than a year, and the reason for the split remains completely private to this day. Neither of them confirmed it, neither of them denied it, and that vacuum of information is exactly what the internet hates most, because it leaves room for speculation to run wild.
Speaking of wild, if you're ready for a wild ride through the truth instead of manufactured drama, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because we post content like this 3 times a week. To understand why people are losing their minds right now, you need to understand what this relationship looked like when it was happening, because Teyana and Aaron weren't just casually dating, they were giving us content that felt genuine and sweet, in a world where most celebrity relationships feel manufactured for publicity. February 2025 is when they first started showing up together at events, first at the 15% Pledge Gala in Los Angeles, and then on February 17, 2025, at the American Black Film Festival Honors. People were whispering at this point, taking screenshots, analyzing body language, doing all the detective work that the internet does best when they think something is brewing between two attractive celebrities.
March 2025 brought the moment everyone was waiting for, when Teyana posted black and white photos from Oscar night festivities with Aaron, and the caption was perfect. Oscar night in black and white, no gray area, with SZA's Take You Down playing in the background. That phrase, no gray area, hit different because she was basically saying, this is real, this is happening, and we're not hiding it from anyone anymore. The internet exploded because Teyana Taylor, the multi-talented force from Harlem who does everything from singing to directing to choreography, had just come out of a messy divorce from NBA player Iman Shumpert. They got married in 2016, separated in 2023, and finalized their divorce in July 2024. And the divorce wasn't clean at all, because in August 2025, Teyana was ordered to pay her ex-husband $70,000 after being found in contempt of court, according to Us Weekly.
Aaron Pierre, this 31-year-old British actor from Croydon, London, with Caribbean heritage from Jamaica, Sierra Leone, and Curaçao, who trained at the prestigious London Academy of Music and Dramatic Art, seemed like exactly what Teyana needed after going through hell with her divorce. He was calm, he was private, he was talented, and he seemed genuinely into her in a way that felt refreshing. June 2025 is when things got really serious, and this is the moment that made everyone believe this relationship was the real deal, and not just some publicity stunt. Teyana threw Aaron a surprise party for his 31st birthday and posted an Instagram tribute that was so sweet it made people's hearts melt. She wrote, "Cheers to 31 and many more wins around the sun. Happy birthday, Woody," with that creative play on words using 31 and the unique spelling of happy. And that nickname Woody showed that they had private jokes and intimate moments that the public wasn't seeing. Aaron responded in the comments with, "Now and always. Thank you, Tay." And those 4 words, now and always, hit hard because they suggested permanence and commitment.
The photos from the party showed genuine smiles, real affection, and a comfort level that you can't fake no matter how good of an actor you are. People were commenting things like, "Finally, Teyana found someone who deserves her," and "This is what healing looks like," and the energy around this relationship was overwhelmingly positive because everyone wanted to see Teyana happy after the pain of her divorce. And if you're already hooked on this story and want to see how it all falls apart, drop a like right now because the plot twist is coming, and it's not what the internet is telling you.
August 2025 brought an interview with Hot 97 that gave us the deepest look into how Teyana actually felt about Aaron, and her words were so powerful that you need to hear them exactly as she said them. She told the hosts, "What me and Aaron have is very healthy, and it's very gentle, and it's very soft, and it's very kind, and it's very sweet, and it's very warm, and it's one of the best feelings I ever had. And most importantly, it's so safe." Let's break down why that word safe is absolutely massive in this context, because Teyana wasn't just coming out of any divorce, she was coming out of a divorce that involved contempt of court charges, financial battles, and 2 young daughters watching everything unfold. Her daughters are Iman Taylor Junie Shumpert Jr., who was born in 2015, and Rue Rose Shumpert, who was born in September 2020. And protecting them from chaos while going through her own healing process was Teyana's top priority.
When she describes Aaron as safe, she's talking about emotional safety after being in a relationship that clearly wasn't safe anymore. She's talking about being able to breathe, being able to trust, being able to let her guard down without worrying about drama or games or manipulation. And that's profound when you understand her history. The internet ate this up because it felt authentic, it felt earned, and it felt like Teyana was finally in a place where she could experience love without all the baggage and toxicity that had weighed her down before. People were rooting for this relationship harder than they'd rooted for any celebrity couple in years. Here's where things get interesting, and this is the detail that makes you wonder if the breakup was always coming, because in November 2025, just 1 month before they reportedly split, Teyana did an interview with The Hollywood Reporter that should have raised some eyebrows.
She called Aaron her apple pie and her safe space, which sounds romantic on the surface, but then she said something that was a massive red flag looking back now. She made it very clear that Aaron wasn't her boyfriend yet, and she said, "If that's something that I decide to say, then it's going to be something that we say together." Think about the timeline here, because they'd been publicly together since March. It was now November, and she still wasn't calling him her boyfriend. They'd been to multiple events together, posted about each other, celebrated his birthday, done interviews about their relationship, and she was still holding back on that official label. Some people saw this as her being protective and intentional after her divorce, not wanting to rush into labels or commitments too quickly. Other people saw this as a sign that maybe she wasn't as all in as the public thought, or maybe there were conversations happening behind the scenes about the direction of the relationship that weren't going well.
If you're thinking, "Wait, how did nobody catch that red flag?" you're not alone. So hit that subscribe button because we're breaking down all the details everyone else missed. Around the same time in October 2025, Aaron spoke about dating Teyana in Men's Health magazine, which was published on October 28, 2025. And his quote was sweet, but also notably brief. He said, "Being on the red carpet with Teyana was a joy." Which sounds nice, but also sounds like someone talking about a pleasant experience rather than talking about the love of their life. He also revealed in that interview that he has a son, which he keeps very private, just like Teyana protects her daughters. And that shared value of protecting their children seemed like solid ground for a relationship. Both of them understood the pressure of being public figures while trying to shield their kids from the chaos of celebrity culture.
Late December 2025 hit different because that's when Page 6 reported between December 30th and 31st, 2025, that Teyana and Aaron had quietly ended their relationship. The timing was brutal because it happened right before the holidays, right before award season was about to kick into high gear, and right when everyone thought they were solid. The quietly ended phrase is doing a lot of work in that sentence because there were no public fights, no messy social media posts, no subliminal messages, no dramatic unfollowing, and no friends leaking details to gossip sites. They just stopped appearing together, stopped posting about each other, and moved on with their lives like adults who respect each other enough to handle their business privately. Neither Teyana nor Aaron confirmed the breakup. Neither of them denied it. And to this day, neither of them has said a single public word about what happened between them. That level of restraint is almost unheard of in celebrity culture, where every breakup becomes a public spectacle with both sides trying to control the narrative.
The reason for the split remains completely private, and honestly, that's their right to keep it that way, but the internet doesn't do well with mysteries. People started speculating immediately. Was it the distance with Aaron filming in different locations? Was it Teyana's reluctance to use the boyfriend label? Was it family pressure? Was it just two people realizing they weren't compatible long-term? Or was the whole thing arranged from the start? January 11th, 2026 was supposed to be one of the biggest nights of Teyana Taylor's life because she won a Golden Globe for Best Supporting Actress for her role in One Battle After Another, and she was also nominated for a Grammy that year for her album Escape Room in the Best R&B Album category. Picture this, Teyana is standing on stage at the Golden Globes holding one of the most prestigious awards in entertainment, cameras on her from every angle, millions of people watching around the world, and this is her moment to say anything she wants. The public knows she just went through a breakup even though she never confirmed it. They know Aaron was a huge part of her life just weeks ago, and everyone is waiting to see if she'll address it.
She didn't mention Aaron Pierre, not once, not even in passing. She didn't reference the breakup, she didn't make any emotional statements about her personal life, and she didn't give the internet the moment of vulnerability or drama they were craving. She focused on her work, expressed her gratitude, thanked the people who helped her get there, and kept it professional from start to finish. That silence spoke volumes because it showed that Teyana was serious about handling her private life privately, even when she had the perfect opportunity to say something. Some people saw this as strength and maturity, while other people saw it as confirmation that maybe the relationship wasn't as deep as she'd made it seem in those earlier interviews. And if you appreciate us breaking down the psychology behind celebrity behavior instead of just gossiping, show some love by hitting that like button, because analysis like this takes work. The contrast between her August 2025 interview where she called Aaron one of the best feelings I ever had and her January 2026 Golden Globe speech where she didn't mention him at all is stark. That's an emotional journey from safe space to complete silence in less than 6 months, and it left everyone wondering what could have happened to create such a dramatic shift.
Here's where everything goes off the rails, because after the breakup reports came out and Teyana won her Golden Globe without mentioning Aaron, The internet couldn't handle the lack of information and decided to just make stuff up instead. TikTok exploded with videos claiming Aaron Pierre had gotten married, and I'm talking millions of views, thousands of comments, people sharing these videos like they were breaking news from credible sources. The problem is that none of it was true, not a single bit of it, but that didn't stop the misinformation machine from running at full speed. Some videos claimed he married someone named Jessica Hardwick, who is a Scottish actress, and people were commenting things like, "I knew he moved on fast," and "Teyana must be devastated," even though there was zero evidence this marriage existed. Other videos claimed he married someone named Hannah Hurst, with various spellings floating around, and those videos also racked up massive engagement despite having no factual basis whatsoever.
The wildest part is that these rumors are still circulating right now in early February 2026, and people are still believing them despite the complete lack of evidence. No wedding photos, no official announcements, no credible news sources reporting it, just TikTok videos and gossip accounts spreading information that they pulled straight out of thin air. Here's the truth that nobody wants to hear. There is no credible evidence that Aaron Pierre is married to anyone, and there is no verified information about him being in any new relationship at all. Jessica Hardwick has no confirmed connection to him beyond being in the same industry. Hannah Hurst may not even be a real person for all we know, and these are completely unsubstantiated rumors that took on a life of their own.
Speaking of taking on a life of their own, if you think this analysis is way better than those Teyana is heartbroken clickbait videos, subscribe to the channel because we're allergic to nonsense and addicted to facts. The supposed Teyana Taylor reaction that's breaking the internet is also completely fabricated because she hasn't reacted to anything publicly. She hasn't posted cryptic quotes on Instagram, she hasn't liked shady comments, she hasn't unfollowed anyone dramatically, and she hasn't given any interviews addressing the rumors. She's been focused on her career, her Golden Globe win, her Grammy nomination, and most importantly, her 2 daughters who need their mother present and not caught up in manufactured internet drama.